Did you know that one of the biggest bank heists in history began when ATMs in Taiwan started spitting out cash with no one touching them? On July 10, 2016, two men walked into a bank in Taipei wearing medical masks and phishing hats. One stood by the entrance. The other stood in front of an ATM and did absolutely nothing. He didn't insert a card. He didn't press a button. He just waited. Then, the ATM suddenly began pouring out stacks of money, non-stop. All he had to do was gather the bills as they fell. But then, a stranger walked in. The two men instantly bolted, leaving piles of cash on the floor. That stranger had no idea he had just walked straight into a multinational cyber heist, because while those two collected their share, 20 other mules were doing the same thing at other branches across the city. And this wasn't random. This was just one tiny piece of a 2-year global attack. More than 100 banks, over 30 countries, roughly $1 billion stolen, all orchestrated by a cybercrime syndicate known as Carbanak. For years, Carbanak was untouchable. They didn't break into banks. They broke into employees' computers. They watched screens in real time. They stole administrator passwords. They learned how every system worked, right down to how the ATMs moved money. They used 3 main methods. First, transferring money between internal bank accounts and raising balances to hide the theft. Second, hijacking ATMs and telling them to simply eject cash on command. And third, rewriting bank databases so accounts holding a few dollars suddenly showed $1 million, while their money mules withdrew cash around the clock. For 2 years, Carbanak collected money quietly, and then Taipei happened. Their mistake. Taiwanese police reacted instantly. 500 officers scanned hotel footage, train stations, airports, and branches. 22 mules fled. 3 didn't. One hid 2 bags of cash in a city park. An elderly man found one of them and took it home, thinking it was a blessing from above. Another mule hid $1.5 million inside lockers at Taipei's central station. He sat down for brunch and was surrounded by police before he could take a bite. And on one mule's phone, investigators found something crucial: emails and photos pointing toward a mysterious mastermind. March 2018, Alicante, Spain. A man named Denis, a Ukrainian living quietly with his wife and child, was sitting on 15,000 Bitcoin, worth over $160 million at the time. He rarely left his home. He coded day and night. He thought he was invisible, but he made one mistake. He bought a home using real money instead of Bitcoin, and that left a trail. Police stormed his house, arrested him, and seized his car, his jewelry, and his Bitcoin wallet. But most of the stolen $1 billion still missing. Experts believe Carbanak wasn't one man, but an entire cyber army, possibly 30 people working together, sharing identical tools and the same code. As one investigator put it, it's very hard to arrest a piece of code. And here's the twist. The entire global heist began because of a single employee who opened a Word document and hadn't installed a Windows update from 3 years earlier. One missed update, one malicious attachment, and suddenly, ATMs around the world were pouring money into the hands of anyone standing in front of them. So remember, sometimes the only thing standing between you and $1 billion disaster is clicking Install Update.